our religion is so loving and so understanding and just, to me, very natural.
You're 7 years older. This is sixth grade. So you were what, 12? So you were doing science experiments on your 5-year-old.
Oh my God. Here's my show and tell.
They're just standing off the side holding hands. Come play with us. Here we go. The thrilling conclusion of our chat with the Hag in the Hedge. If you're just joining us, I recommend you jump back to the May 10th episode and catch on up. Don't adjust your settings. You are right where you need to be. Pull the curtains. Lock the doors. They can't know. They don't want you knowing. So pull up a chair and prepare. The Conclave is now in session.
More people are coming to the understanding that certain religions don't encompass everything. It's do or die. Do what I say, like that type of thing. And it's just our religion is so loving and so understanding and just, to me, very natural.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to live it.
I also think a lot of organized religions remove agency and ability from the practitioner and put it on the head, the priest. That's their job. So when people are like, I don't have agency within my religion. I can't change anything. I can't do anything.
You are spot on, girl.
So they move out and then they're like, oh, now I also have the accountability. That's like trade-off is they would give up their agency to the institution, but they also get to remove some of their for what the institution now does.
Yes.
They remove that institution and now they have to do both. And they have to hold themselves accountable.
I think more people need to be accountable.
Oh, they need to be so bad.
There's just so much that is done for them. I see it in the children today. I see it in the young adults today. Like there is no ability and there's no free thought. Like I sit there. If I need to do something, if I need to do a working, I just sit there and I'm like, okay, what is going to best serve me? And if you were in other type of religions where you say 47 Hail Marys and this and that, and be done with it, and you might get a response. You might get something. But I think when you connect with source, you just get such a cleaner view of things. And you're like, okay. And things, synchronicities.
Yeah, all the things start coming together.
I remember that type of thing. You start seeing them come to fruition and it's like, I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
And it's all me.
Yeah. And I think a lot of us have walked away from organized religion because we're seeking that agent. So I think a lot of us get really irritated when we get people who are still practicing. They're practicing, but let's say they're Wiccan and they'll come at you with rule of 3 every fucking time. And you're
dogmatic bullshit.
Right.
I did not seize my agency to give it up to somebody else for their rules. I'm like, that's not how we're working.
Rule of 3 is going to me. And I'm like, right back to,
No,
and now there's some people trying to push rule of 10. Fuck you.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, yeah, it was a TikTok thing for a little.
Rule of 10.
See, that would irritate.
So that's the thing that taps my ass about social media.
Right.
I'm not Wiccan. Your rules do not apply to me.
Right.
I am seizing my agency and I will take accountability for the actions I am taking in. Therefore, I don't need a rule. Because if my actions are not justified, guess what?
I pay the price.
I am going to be paying in some way or another.
Right. It's the accountability.
Yeah.
It's like you only want your best for you, and you're going to do your best to get that. You're not hurting anybody in the process. You're just asking for divine guidance or whatever. People think I worship the devil, and because I do tarot and I the spirits. Okay. What do you want me to do? You're like, you're opening up a portal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, did you ever, Satan lives here. Did you ever read about Satan? Do you ever read the laws of Satan?
Yeah.
Some of the most beautiful, I am not satanic in any way.
But it's all about hey, don't hurt people.
Don't hurt children. Don't hurt animals. Love one another. And it's like,
and then mind your business
that you're supposed to have.
Supposed to, right? But I know Satanists, and they do practice it, and they are some of the nicest.
Yeah,
But see now, then I think there becomes a divide there, and I think like Levesque and all of them of the early modern satanic church
Right.
kind of did themselves wrong. So, a lot of stuff they put together for it, including the name, the Black Mass, the title of the Black Mass and everything,
Yeah.
was as a to the Catholic Church, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it was,
And to the church, it was supposed to be the anti-church with still the same message of peace and love
and just showing that we can do it
and
better
all that
without
kind of
being
stuff.
dickheads.
Yeah,
Right?
but
Or killing people.
I do believe that there are groups out there that are the satanic worshipers
Yes,
of like what the
absolutely.
church says we all are, or
Right.
what the satanic panic is supposed to be highlighting. Do I believe that there are I'll call them cults or group covens or whatever, that worship the evil Satan and the evil demons that we see within Christianity and Catholicism?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And the unfortunate side is the modern Church of Satan, because they took that name, will forever be associated with that.
Do I think there's a Jewish satanic cabal that's ruling the world right now? No, that's
No.
weird. Like that's fucking weird, guys.
It is.
We all know it's the Pentagon.
Right? And in essence,
Do the list, please, from So I Married an Actor.
but no, it's the world's ruled by Pentabric.
It consists of 5 people: the Queen, the Rothschilds, the Vatican, and Colonel Sanders before he went heads up. I hated the Colonel with his wee beady eyes and his smug little grin. You're gonna buy my chicken, are you?
That was spot on.
I've watched that
Spot
movie
on.
too many times.
Oh my God. That's gonna be my ringtone. I want to record that.
I will cut it out of this.
You're gonna buy my chicken, are you? Sorry to all Scottish listeners. I know that was
I
horrendous.
know, but
I apologize
no,
to the realm of Scotland.
right? So funny. But I mean, exactly what you said. I think magic, because the one I was told that, oh, magic is evil. No, magic is neutral.
It's
What
energy.
you do with it
Yes.
that's good or evil.
Yes.
So basically, that's a reflection of you, not a reflection of magic.
Only the Sith deal in absolutes,
Okay, but even so
which is of itself an absolute, by the way. Yoda was Sith.
no, I think he was pointing out the fact.
Yeah.
I think he was pointing out the duality of it. So like, the dark side isn't inherently evil, right? And the light side is not inherently good, because, and this is the prime example, Obi-Wan was really great at the telekinesis, right? He could have skunked and whipped somebody off the cliff just for the hell of it.
Right.
At the same time, Palpatine with his force lightning could have powered a generator to keep a village going through a natural disaster, right? It's all about, like you said, what you
Right.
do with it. It's a
Exactly.
reflection of the person.
And this is
not-
why I don't have kinesis, because I have
I would
ridiculous amounts of
100%
preparation.
eat people up
Oh God, yeah.
on a daily basis.
You said
There
that
are a
before.
lot of bridges in Pittsburgh and a lot of shitty drivers. That Fort Pitt Bridge
Oh,
tunnel would
man.
be fantastic if it had telekinesis.
There
There
was
would be a lot of litter underneath it.
She would
Not-
go for drive just to do it.
dude, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'd be rad and
Man.
shot.
We're like, you get that one, and I'll get that one. Yeah.
Punch Buggy Red.
Right. Oh my God, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you just said the word Palpatine, and that was one of the other T's. It's going to call it Palpatine. And I will employ the help of you two to get me to where I need to be. Oh, he already got it.
I already got it.
Okay.
Do me a favor and look into buzz buttons.
Oh, oh my God, electric buttons. But I used to grow them. Baby doll eyes. I used to give them to the kids. I had a daycare in my house. And because I had stevia leaves and I had peppermint and I had spearmint. So the older kids, 3, 4, and 5, they'd be like, Miss Adele, can I have a treat? And they would go and they'd pick a little of the stevia plant, a little bit of peppermint, and they roll together and they'd eat it. And that was just a treat to them.
Mm.
But I had electric buttons. And for life, I cannot remember what the hell the Latin name for it is, but I had them. And I would just have them. I'm like, okay, you only need a little bit, and they would stick it on their tongue, and they would let. And I go, yeah.
Yeah.
I told them they were electric flowers, and they thought that was the funniest thing
I
ever.
used that when I was a chef. I used that for in one of my tasting dinners.
Hmm.
and it was like, okay, you eat this first and then eat this. Because for those of you who haven't had it, it's literally like a joy buzz goes off in your mouth, right?
That's exactly
And at the end of it, your mouth is a little numb,
Mhm.
but your taste buds have all been woken up.
They are.
So
Yeah.
when anything you eat immediately after, you get such pure, intense flavor.
You know what I used it for? Teething.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
smart.
that's what I
That's
did because
smart.
I had babies.
Yeah.
Literally, I would start them at 6 weeks. And when they started teething, I had a little bit set aside as a tincture, and I would put it in a little bit of glycerin, and I would just rub it on their gums. No, shut up. But that's what I grew it for. The kids would eat half of it though.
Oh yeah. At the very least, it's fine.
Right?
I made all of my cooks eat one
They're
just to be a dick.
right,
But a fun kind of. But then it was then like, okay, now go take a bite of that. Why? I'm like, just trust me.
Yeah.
it's like when I make people smell the asafoetida powder when they come in. I'm like,
See, I love it. My one friend's like, I'm gonna open that bag in front of me. And I was like, why? It smells so good. But
It smells
I
like
also
it-
like the smell of valerian. So,
it smells like the moldy onion in the bottom of the bag.
yeah, you might have a point there. You might
And I
have
put my
a
finger
point
through that.
Yeah,
and
like-
wait.
Yeah,
Right?
and I think that might be, it's like, I get like the textural feel of like reaching into the bag of onions going,
Oh yeah, yeah. The textural thing, no, I could do without. But yeah, I think smell wise, you might have captured that essence.
yeah,
right there.
it makes sense because it is used in cooking to replace onions and garlic.
Onions, yeah.
We had a jack. He's not really like that. When they come in the shops, like, oh, please leave. Was looking at it, and it was right after we got the asafoetida powder, and he was going through looking at the new herbs and he was smelling them, and I was like, just don't smell that one. It's just not good. It pulls it down, opens it up, shoves his whole takes a deep breath.
Yeah.
Oh, he was gagging on his way out the door because he thought he was gonna throw it in this way. So it's like, good.
I use it as a sulfur replacement in spell work sometimes for a reason.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
If I don't have sulfur like handy, asafoetida does the same thing.
Huh.
Run, devil, run.
Yeah. Oh, I think I had a little. I think I learned that from you guys. Yeah. I've seen that. Oh, that's something.
And I feel like it just does that because it smells so bad. Like used in sickness charms too. And I'm like, that's because if somebody smells it on you, you're supposed to wear it around your neck to keep sickness away. So this would have been really good in COVID, for example. That's because it enforces the 6 foot bubble, guys. You stay.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, that's automatic and natural. Yeah.
That's just like hiding. Like we can
Right?
just be like, stay away.
Oh, maybe I should. Well, I should use that for that particular purpose.
Yeah.
Because I get anxiety in.
So just like where's
like,
massive
I
around? Be like, I don't
think
care about
of
these.
that.
Especially
don't
since
care.
you just said you like the smell of it, so it's not going to affect you at all.
And I have a really weird sense of smell. My kids will tell you I can smell a fly fart in another room. It's so incredibly heightened, and I attribute that to having cancer. Like when I was done,
Mhm.
I'm like, I smell, and they're like, no, I don't smell that. I'm like, yep, I smell it. I'll smell gas. I'll smell that, and it's my superpower, for lack of a better word. And
Gus is super sniffer.
right, and you would think that the asafoetida would be like, oh
Too much,
God, no, but I'm like, yeah,
But no, listen, I get it. I'm the same way with skunks. Love that smell. And that's everybody's reaction.
yeah. I'm trying to think the last time I smelled. Yeah, no,
Is it because you love the smell of napalm in the morning?
Kind of. It does have a military connection.
Is it like the gas?
No,
No.
so
I
I was stationed at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, right?
Okay.
Technically, there's skunks down there, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
there's skunks everywhere.
But you would never see them, never smell them. They're definitely not as prevalent, at least in that specific area,
Right.
as they are here in Pennsylvania. But it never failed. Every time I would, drive home on leave or just for an extended weekend, almost immediately after crossing that Pennsylvania border, smell skunk.
So it's a
it
trigger.
became the trigger and the recognition of
Almost home.
Okay, so the opposite of a trigger is a glimmer.
interesting.
your glimmer.
It's a glimmer.
Yeah. It's the exact opposite. So whatever triggers wise, a glimmer is happy memories.
Yep. So
that's a
now,
glimmer.
ever since then, 20 some years later, I'll walk out the house, smell a skunk,
right?
and everyone's like,
Pastel
wow,
chalk
yeah.
is my glimmer. It
Huh.
reminds me of kindergarten and preschool. And it was some of my loveliest times as a I remember I loved my teacher and we always used pastel chalk, like the oil
Okay.
pastels.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And anytime I'm like, I'll go in Michael's like a crackhead and I will just smell this stuff. And my kids are like, please don't smell the chalk, Mom. Please don't smell the chalk. And I'm like, that was another thing when I was a kid. No, it was preschool. I was 4. I used to talk to the house. I used to kiss the door jam.
Aw.
When I left every
Like,
day,
see you.
I'd be like, "Bye, I'll be back tomorrow." And the teacher used to be like, "Adele, stop the wall," like. But I
Point
did
your mom aside, like, we
say,
have some
right?
concern.
Yeah, your daughter's a window licker. But I would kiss the door jam and go on my way, and it just was so. They did ask my mom. My mom's like, "Yeah, she doesn't." But I do. I talk to. I to this day. I still talk to my house when
Your
I
house has a
leave.
spirit, so
Right? I leave. I say, "House, watch the fur babies. Fur babies, watch the house. Love one another. I'll be back."
Is that not normal though?
No, apparently it's not.
Because
People
I remember,
don't.
like, as a kid, it wasn't every day, but like when we would go on vacation, we'd say goodbye to the house.
Right.
We'd say hello to the house when we got
Like
back.
having children because inherently they still believe in magic. And
Fair.
the, and
That's
and I think as we grow old, we become more disillusioned, whatever, more cynical. I think we lose that. But I believe everything. Getting back to the religion, I believe everything is living. Everything is some form of sentiency. So, like this table, they're like, "Oh, this table's dead." Not really, because scientifically, it's proven everything is made of
moving.
molecules. Molecules are living.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you treat this the same way you should treat this? Now, I'm not saying kiss the table, but you know what? Respect it. It
But
does have energy.
This is the table we do a lot of rituals on, so
Yeah.
So vibe it. Like
We do
exactly.
rituals on it. We teach classes on it.
Right.
This table is actually way more important than I think we probably actually would realize.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think everything is sentient, from the trees to I hug my tree. My neighbors will tell you I sit underneath. I planted that tree with my dad when I was 5. I'm 50, almost 57 now. So that tree is absolutely enormous.
Mhm.
I can't even wrap my hands around it anymore. But I sit underneath it and I watch the kids run up and down the street and I talk to it and it's just that's my tree. I know it's a big old sentient being out in my front
Mhm.
yard protecting me from whatever's out there,
Yep.
and I give it offering. So it's kind of like I love living in a magical world. I love.
Yeah. Well, and it's like I think with a lot of us that have come back into this in adulthood, it's a lot of like grabbing that like childlike wonder you have.
Yes,
Mhm.
It's
absolutely.
very much like looking through the world as a child, as you
Yes,
would like with a childish heart.
exactly. And it's so fulfilling to me because it gives me a little tickle because there is still magic around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point in time, chose not to see it anymore.
Yeah. We just to forget about it.
Exactly.
And sometimes you got to find your way back.
This
Exactly.
gives you the opportunity to use your imagination again. Of course, we call it visualization. You gotta visualize. No, you just imagine.
No, imagine.
You're bringing
Yeah,
back into-
I'd talk people. No, I'm going to use my imagination. There are things in the flowers. It's
Mhm.
not pareidolia. Like no,
Yeah.
that's a trick. My mugwort, not my mugwort. My mullein, all the little leaves. Well, I had Olympicum, which is the candelabra.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would pick all the flowers off it, and I would make earache oil for the children. My neighbor came out one day and I'm talking to it as I'm playing. I'm like, "Isn't that pretty? Look how beautiful this is." And there's a little bee asleep in one of the flowers. And I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "look at the little bee, bud." And I'm like, "You're so cute." And my neighbor's standing in the driveway looking at me like I had lost my ever loving mind. And I noticed her because that you feel that
Oh yeah.
stare. And I look over, I was like, "Hey, Chelsea." She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm talking to my plants." And she goes, "No, you're having a full blown conversation." It's like, "Look," I'm like, "there's a little bee asleep in the flower." And and you can just see his butt. And I said, "I'm gonna leave him there." And so I talking to her, I picked all the flowers off. I finished up talking with her and I went inside and I flowers the next day. Chelsea's knocked on my door. Look on her face was kind of like somewhat. She goes, "Your plant that you picked yesterday?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, the one you were talking to? I said, "Yeah." She goes, "It's filled with flowers again. How is that possible?" I says, "Because I told him I loved it." And there is,
And there's science backing
Myth
that.
has done this one.
Oh,
Like, I
absolutely.
mean, it's a common science fair project to be like, I played this music for this plant and this music for that plant, and this one's
I
doing
did
so
that in the
much better.
sixth grade.
Yeah, like everybody's at least seen that project.
Exactly.
And
So
scientists still want to just poetic science. Ooh,
I did that project and I did a telepathy project. I was so weird in school. Like, here's my telepathy project. Nobody's doing, rainbows. And I'm like, I have identical twin sisters. And they are identical mirror twins. So one's right-handed, one's left-handed. And almost 7 years older than them. So I saw them growing up. I saw what they were, their language.
they're twinning.
Yes, exactly, the twinning. And I just that was fascinating. So for sixth grade, me and one of the other classmates, we did a project. I had my sister in one room and she had my other sister in another room, and we had 5 things laid out. We had a pencil, we had a notebook, a couple different things. And I'm like, okay, you tell your sister to pick up the pencil in your mind. So I was like, okay, Lori, first one, go. Okay, pick up the pencil. And then she would write down
what they picked.
what they picked up.
What I love the fact that, okay, so you're 7 years older. This is sixth grade. So you were what, 12? So you were doing science
Yeah.
experiments on your 5-year-old.
Oh my God.
Human experimentation.
You had to go that direction.
Right? I was like, I brought them in for show and tell. I was like, Mom, can I bring the things in for show and tell? She's like, and
Look
I'm
at
like,
these weird ass
right?
motherfuckers.
Maybe the weird kid. Here's my show and tell.
They're
Everybody-
just standing off the side holding hands. Come play with us.
Right. I'm just like the esoteric, the weird stuff just fascinated me. Kids are watching Bugs Bunny. I'm watching, the science program. Oh my God, what is it? The Discoveries, ancient, not whatever was back in the early '80s that was all about space and ghosts. In search of.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
In search of.
Yes.
I was glued every episode. I was glued. And
Isn't Leonard Nimoy the
I think he
the
was.
host?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to try to find those episodes because I was like too young for 43, so we were a bit young for that one.
Yeah.
But
I
it was it's always good for everything, new people. But that's always been the basis to so many of the programs we've had since.
Yes.
Right? Even Unsolved Mysteries was inspired by. And it's the same thing with I'm gonna not remember the name of it, but there was the late night radio AM talk show like out there for like truckers and stuff. But it was the same thing. They call in and they told the stories.
There's nothing better than a little trucker.
And I'll never remember. No, I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, but anyway, so there's so many things, and I remember that I've listened to episodes of that show because the guy did the show for decades. He's passed on now. So if anybody listening knows the name of the radio show, which I'm talking
reach
about,
out.
comment on there. Let me know so it doesn't earworm my brain. But that show is such inspiration to a lot of stuff, and I think even to a point, inspiration to stuff like Ghost Adventures and
Yes.
Dead Files and all the stuff that has come
Zach
since.
back into Dill Hole.
Dill Hole, but I still can't not watch it.
I can't. I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way. You know who I do like? Kindred Spirits.
I love
Spirits is
Kindred
good.
Spirits.
They
It's not on
stopped.
anymore.
I know.
Because of Hissy Fit, they got rid of all their shows. He's the only ghost one now.
I didn't know that.
There was also the
I like Files too.
Destination Fear.
Yes.
Now they've restarted the show under a slightly different name for legal reasons on YouTube. But that the main kid, he started as an intern on Ghost
On
Adventures.
Ghost Adventures.
And then all of a sudden, they all get fired. All their shows stop because Zach Bagans threw a hissy fit that he didn't want them on. Allegedly, because he's kind of.
He will. I would say he will find you and he will feed you. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why all of those aren't around anymore.
So fuck that. There was no boom, so that was
That's
okay.
a good thing. Yeah, I still watch the show. It's mostly just to see what they're going to force Aaron to do next and what stupid
Poor
crappy
Aaron.
situations they put that
I
guy in.
feel so bad.
Although I think in the season that's going on now, they're fucking with him a lot less. And I think since his wife
his
did
wife
all
protected
that,
him,
I'm like, gotta give him
Come
a
on,
year
a little
off.
bit. Yeah, exactly.
Well, ever since they did that one ritual in England,
Oh yeah, he got
He-
messed up.
he's never been the
I
same.
remember that.
Yeah. No, was it England or was it Salem?
No, it was England.
Was it England?
It was the Hellfire Club.
Right.
So
Yes.
they did some ritual when they went to the Hellfire Club, and it was the same like season that they went to the cave of the cat.
Right.
But ever since that trip overseas, he has
Hellfire
not
Club
been.
is not a place you
Yeah,
need to
he has
do.
not been the same. Like he got hypersensitive after that.
Mm-hmm. But and you would figure that Bagans would have calmed down the way he does things after he got jacked up at Demon House. I don't know if
I haven't watched
so
it. Yeah.
there was and they actually filmed a movie here in Bellevue about Demon House, and it's a true story, and he made a documentary on it, and I believe it was Ohio,
It was Ohio or Indiana. I think
Indiana.
It was, yeah,
I think it's
I
Indiana.
think it's Indiana.
Indiana, PA?
No,
Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana. Um, this would be like that one of those prime examples of like a demon, possessing the house, going after the families in it. He heard about it, got involved, wanted to do a documentary, but there was like another documentary that was already in the process. He ended up buying the property. And it's to the point where even like the cops who would get called to the house, like it's on police record of like demonic shit happening.
So what he buy?
So he bought it.
Bought it because
And of course, he does his like stay in there the whole thing, and some of it seemed like a little overpushed, and then as it got later, like there was true fear and terror in his voice, right? Especially when they were showing him locked in there alone at night, and it was after that was when he started wearing the thick one glasses,
like the big thick glasses.
and he has to wear the glasses now because they're prism glasses. Because after that encounter with that entity, everything's flipped for him, like his eyes are flipped, so he has to wear those glasses to see upright. So you would think after something like that, he would chill
Right?
on the way he does things, but he still does the show the exact same way he always did. They eventually, so he bulldozed the house, but in his haunted museum in Vegas is the basement stairs, the earth that was underneath the basement stairs. Like he has a little,
like replica
setup of it,
Okay.
But now on the flip side, Kindred Spirits, man, I loved that one because that just shows what most hauntings are.
Right. And the
And
level of investigation that they did and the techniques that they used.
Yes.
I love the SS method, which they use all the time.
I just used that with my granddaughter.
Isn't it fun? It's fantastic. We did an SS method class, and we did the actual like practical side to it at the Avalon Library.
Uh-huh.
The shit, like the one guy
There's a real dickhead
in like
spirit over there.
complete silence
Yes.
for his like 15-minute thing with Heather asking questions from the other side of the library, and I'm sitting there recording, and I'm like, oh, this is really kind of sucking for Sam. He's not going to get like, there's nothing coming through. And then at the end, like, rest things are really Heather saying like goodbye, just be like, okay, goodbye, we're done. It just comes to like, bitch.
I would have lost it. I would have freaking lost it.
And we've done full out investigations in there before. It's not the first time. The first time that was that message was doing an investigation there. One of the questions that they were asking, and I had the headphones and everything on, was what do you do the women that work here? Sluts. So I'm like in this random conversation, I'm like, sluts? It's being recorded and it all lined up. It used to be a Christian Science church.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is probably the most realistic and true form of investigation that I've come across.
Yep.
And it's, because I used to do ghost hunting for years, and when we were invited to investigate Bushy Run Battlefield.
Ooh.
And I don't think I've ever told you guys this.
No.
Story. Invited. It was Westmoreland County Paranormal, and they were just. I don't know if you've ever been to Bushy Run. There is a statue that was being erected at the time on the battlefield, and the curator of the museum asked us to come investigate because the museum was having some really crazy stuff. So we're like, sure, no problem. So we did our investigation. We did the run through. Didn't find anything, alarming going on in the actual facility, the curator's museum. But when we were outside where the statue was being erected, I have my digital recorder on, as any good recorder, it's always on. I'm talking to Josh about where we want to head out next, and you can hear us. We're outside, and you can hear the people in the background very faintly. And in between our conversation, you hear a little girl singing, "Hush, little baby." Claire's dead. We didn't hear it at the time.
Love.
So evidence review the next day, I'm, doing my thing, and I said, "Hush, little baby." And I was like, rewind, play it again. Rewind, play it. I listened to it like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, it's saying "Hush, little baby." So I clipped it and I sent it to Josh, the guy who owns the Atlas Morning Paranormal, and I said, "What you hear?" And he goes, "I hear a little kid singing 'Hush, little baby.'" I said, "Okay, so it's not just me." So I sent that clip to the curators of the museum, and "Can you come in?" I was like, "I have to be off. I will be back in 5 minutes."
Absolutely.
So I loaded it on a thumb drive, and I went, sailing over there. I'm sitting down in the office, and I played it over the phone. And I says, "What do you hear them saying?" And she goes, "It sounds like they're singing 'Hush, Little Baby.'" And I was like, "Exactly." I said, "You're the third person that's validated that." And she goes, "Where did you capture this?" I said, "Were you erecting the statue?" And they both look at one another. And I know that look. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
What? Yeah.
What are you
What?
telling us?
Yeah.
What are-
The lady goes like this, and she goes into the other office. This big Bible looking thing, old, puts it down on the table. She opens up the thing. And there's a list of family history. Okay. She goes, "Where you were at was so and so's house back when the war was started." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She goes, "That exact location." I said, "Okay." She goes, "He was called to the front. His wife had just had a baby, so he had to leave behind. He took off. An Indian, Native American, came to the house who was friends with the people, and they said, 'They're coming to kill you.
Like, you got to leave.
You need to leave now.'" So this poor woman, right out of childbirth, gets her baby, gets her other child, who's about 6, 7 years old, if I remember correctly, sticks him on a horse. She gets on the horse, and off they go. They go to Lancaster. Something like that. They made it, but the people that came killed everything, killed livestock, everything at the house. So what she's thinking is it's the 6 or 7-year-old singing the baby
As they're getting
as they're leaving, so
So-
they don't get, because the baby was
energetic.
Impression.
exactly. And I'm like,
Now,
You-
which wars was this attached to?
I can't remember. I have to look it up. I don't remember which war it was. But it was very interesting. We didn't know that there was a house there.
Yeah, yeah.
This is all open, what is it? State owned, or it's a reserve basically. So that was really interesting, and like, just, you don't realize how much energy is around us. And yeah, some of them are residual. It's just like right atmospheric conditions. It's played back.
Yep. Yep.
But then sometimes you really catch something. And
Oh, yeah.
it's I caught someone screaming at Hillview Manor. Nobody else heard it but me. And I'm like, "Did you?"
I've always wanted to go to Hillview.
It's
Then what?
definitely something. I've been there multiple times. And we were sitting there, and we had all the equipment. We had the barometric pressure, we had this, we had that, and I'm walking around with nothing but my senses and my recorder, and all of a sudden I hear blood curdling scream. And I was like, "Did you guys hear that?" I'm like, "Hear what?" I'm like, "Hold on. Rewind. Played it back. You can hear." We did not hear that, and I'm like, "I sure as hell did."
I love doing investigations either in two separate parts or on two separate nights. One with the modern and more the scientific side to it, and the other side as a witch, as a pagan, as a medium.
I'm that
Yeah.
person when
Yeah.
we do the event. Everybody else is all, modern technology. I'm old schooling it,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, I energetically feel, and I'll go, okay, there's something over there. And then they'll throw their K2s and everything. And sure enough, there's a spike. And they're like, "This is so cool having somebody that's connected like that." But when I heard it like you're screaming. That's how close it was. But
well, if they ever invite you back, just give me a call. I'll come.
okay,
I'll come do it with you.
I'll with you. Like our own fun, we'll go do something.
Well, we are planning and I threw this out there on media, one of the posts, because it was like last second. What am I going to post about tomorrow? Throwing out the idea of doing a ghost hunt here at the shop.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah. Okay.
Huge responses. So we're going to be doing that later on this year. So you should definitely come.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of
activity here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but at the same time,
energetically,
I question a metaphysical shop that doesn't have at least like half a dozen spirits.
Oh,
Right?
I have two in mind.
Yeah.
And they were there long before the building was even built. And when I pulled up in front of the building, before I met the owner, I sat and I'm looking, I was like, there's a man and a woman there. And I just started spouting off all the stuff. So I came in and I started talking to her. She goes, what do you think about this building? And I was like, let me tell you.
Well,
You
first
have
off,
it, right? Yeah. You got man and woman. And she's like, oh, how'd you know that? Well, she had a paranormal investigation team, and they're like, there's a man and a woman there. And but there's no record of a house being built there. So it was the building we were in, that was the original building. So we don't know where this came from. And I was like, where's the water? She goes, what do you mean? I was like, there's a stream running through here.
they're probably just collecting water.
Exactly. There's a stream that goes underneath the parking lot, an underground stream. And I was like, that's where they came from. She goes, how the hell did you know
We have
that?
one of those here that comes down from the library up the hill underneath the building. There's also an old like reservoir tank to the left of the building that sits under the parking lot next door.
And we're at a crossroads.
And we're at
That's like
Crossroads.
perfect.
Oh my God, you try
Crossroads with the water flowing under. Yeah, it's
no.
This building was made for a metaphysical shop.
Absolutely. Thinking about water, I want to try experiments, and I hope you guys are on board.
Okay.
Answers.
You know how they say water has memory?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So have you been seeing the research done with people showing images to a plate of water and then freezing it, and the images appear in the water?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my God, it is so amazing. There was a Japanese researcher who says that all the memories are stored in water. Every memory that's ever existed is stored.
I can see that.
And I'm like, and I used to think that I was like, okay, I'm breathing the air that Julius Caesar breathed. Like it's all recycled. So he started doing this research. He would have a bowl of water, a flat bowl of water, and he would take like a flower, and he would share the flower, and then he put it in the freezer and freeze it. And when he put it back out, the image of the flowers in the water. Now, not only is it images of flowers, it's words, it's pictures of people, it's all these different things. And there's pictures of dogs. Like more people are doing these experiments, and I'm like, I have to try this. So I'm very curious to see if multiple people do it with me. Like if we all had the same image and we all did it collectively, do we all get the same thing? Right? Right? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm curious. If anything, it'll be for shits and giggles. Like
better shits and
giggles and shit. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know. Better out than in, I always say.
Awesome.
This
is so much fun.
Yeah, this is a great time.
And then here's the best thing. We've definitely gone
all
very
over the
long
place
on this, even for breaking it into two.
I'm sorry.
No, don't. This has been great. I got a feeling people are going to love this just because of. I mean, this is
and it kind of
it flowed really
breaks
nicely.
down into two parts too because we have like a lot of the.
I saw that 5 and 6, and I'm like, oh, am I supposed to come back?
No.
Okay,
it's one recording, and I break it into parts. But May is where we have that extra Sunday.
That's
so
true.
I can break this into 3 parts, so it doesn't because we tend to find any recordings that are over 45 minutes
have a lower
finish rate. So at this point, bam, I can break this into 3 parts. Cover that extra Sunday in May. Oh
yeah, cool.
Yeah, and it'll be our first 3 parts.
Yep.
All right, because I like to talk.
And
we had every understanding this is what it was going to turn into. Like we had no worry about
what August we're doing Ask a Witch again. Like where we're doing a roundtable. So I'd like to come back for that.
Oh yeah,
we're just gonna have a group of people. Typically, we something to imbibe, and we just talk. And Also, like, if anybody sends in questions, we answer those, but it's just ridiculous. Last one was like almost 3 hours long.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good time.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have a taste testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that'll be going into my witchy season. Well, every day witchy season, but I mean, like, I'll be getting into my fall teas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that might be like, hey, you want to try this one?
I've got like 4 or 5 teapots, so
Awesome. I got an electric kettle. I can
Same.
sing that too. So you got the electric kettle.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Cool.
Okay, so now where can everybody find you?
yes.
Um,
Plug yourself.
Okay, so my physical location is 335 Unity Trestle Road, Plumboro. So at hagenhedge.com, but I'm forwarding you.
She's terrible at doing her
I
website.
suck at website stuff, so I'm slowly incorporating. There's only maybe 10 or 15 teas on there. I have probably 100. I probably have 70 on my shelf.
I would
right
say
now.
I have 50 different unique.
Yeah, and
From you.
it's always changing. I do eliminate some because they're just not good sellers, and then I bring in more. So I try to keep it relevant to the taste profiles that are going on at that time, and whatever season, that type of thing. My phone number is on my website.
Okay, I
It's
was
on
gonna
my Facebook. it's
Is
my own
Facebook
personal.
Hag and Hedge also, or is it?
Yeah, it's all they're all Hag and Hedge. I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got TikTok, but Facebook is my I'm old, and apparently I'm supposed to do more TikTok and Instagram, but
Yeah,
I just
I butted into YouTube Shorts a little bit last year, and then I got out of it, and I need to get back into that. Get on TikTok.
my kids are like, you need to be more socially present, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't.
not wrong.
9 out of 10, I'm playing mad scientist with tea formulation, and I have a notebook 7 inches thick that I'm just writing. Okay, ease up on that, bring that out, and it's like cycle after cycle after cycle. So
Just record yourself doing that.
yeah,
I make Pat do all her social media, so I'm no help.
Yeah.
but I try to record me blending, and I only remember halfway through.
You're like, oh shit, I should
No,
get the camera out.
That's fair.
The calendula and the chamomile, and it's like, well, nobody's going to want to see the mugwort, So,
Right.
Yeah, you never know. There might be some mugwort officino somewhere, but yeah. Eventually, I will be more socially present, but I'm always available. Whatever way you want to get a hold of me, I am there.
That's
So,
fantastic.
And
And if you
responds
can't,
a good time. So
yes,
and do you ship as well?
I do. I
Okay.
ship. Yep, you can
So
purchase on my website, but also if you don't, if you want to know what kind of tea I have, you can always call me. I'll be like, well, I have Java the Hutt, or whatever, and I can
Dean's
just
apple
ship you
pie.
Dean's apple pie. Happily Ever After. I forgot about that one. No, Happily Ever After is, think of a giant cinnamon laden hot apple pie.
Oh yum.
Yeah, that's one of my October ones, and I just put it on the shelf.
Nice.
So that's another one. I forgot about that. My favorite one. But yeah, like I can say, oh, I have this and this and this, and I can even show you. We'll send you pictures. But again, I'm sorry, you're fine. I'm a good tea maker, and
That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Fantastic. So if you have any questions for her, get a hold of her directly.
Call me
If you don't want to, our method of doing it.
Yes.
It is the.conclave.podcast at gmail.com or the.conclave.podcast or Facebook and Instagram, all that kind of good stuff.
We also have her teas listed on our
We
website.
have our teas listed on our website. We also ship. So if you can't get out to her, come to us. We'll make sure it gets to you. If you have something special that you need blended together, we'll help get it hooked up. Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe, smash the buttons, all that kind of happy horse crap that you hear every single podcast ever say at the end of theirs. And we will see you next time. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
It's on you now. You have the knowledge. Do with it as you will. Until next time, the conclave has concluded.